Episode 9, Skirmishes, Stress, and the Hero Named Dad. Hey, hi, hello, my real-life blog podcasters. Your neighborhood chaos gremlin is back, and today, oh boy, today we've got drama. We've got emotions. We've got accidental emotional arson and late-night family healing, so buckle up. The fight that aged me. So me and Dad got into a fight. And let me say before y'all grab your pitchforks and start emotionally defending my dad, as you should, because I literally called him my hero in Morning's Mayhem and Tiramisu episode, I was wrong. Wrong. Like, gosh, do I have to move out now wrong. The kind of wrong where your brain goes full post-apocalyptic. Okay, how long can I live on dry cereal? Would Quinn let me crash at her place? How does one afford rent with anxiety and guilt as currency? You get it. Total end-of-the-world vibes. The boundary bulldozer, aka me. Let's break down what happened, without diving too deep into the private bits. Basically, I did that thing again. The thing where I forget that help when it's not wanted is not help. Yeah, it's a phrase my family has lovingly, desperately, repeated those words for years. Because when I think I'm being helpful, I'm sometimes actually being, right, overbearing. Like a bulldozer meets emotional caffeine overdose levels of intense. And this time I plowed right past a boundary that I really shouldn't have. And I knew it. Immediately. But that didn't stop the aftermath of anxiety spiral, self-bashings, and my inner voice. For the next 2 days, I was emotionally punching myself in the face. Every time I thought about what I did, my brain was like, wow, nice job, V. Hope you like living in a cardboard box. Maybe I should just dig a hole and live in it now. 10 out of 10 self-bashing. Would not recommend, but also kind of deserved it. Making it right. Now, I already made things right with the person I crossed the line with, but there was still Dad. And making things right with him is tricky. Not because he's hard to talk to, but because our schedules are chaos. We both work all day. He takes care of Milo. Shout out to the adopted grandpa across the street. And so finding a moment to talk is impossible mode activated. But one night, after Milo was squared away, Dad came into my room. And y'all, that moment was everything. Yell it out, cry it out, nerd it out. No spoilers on the private stuff, but here's the summary. We yelled it out. We cried it out. He talked it out. We talked it out. Then we laughed it out. And finally, we nerded it out. We are who we are. It took 3 hours. 3 long, loud, cathartic hours. But by the end, we were good. Really good. We don't talk enough, do we? Somewhere in the middle of all of that processing, we both kind of stopped and went, wow, this is the most we've talked to each other in months. And that hit me, because we're close. We really are. But life gets busy, stress gets loud, and suddenly you're only saying good morning and good night. So we made a promise to talk more, even if it's 2 minutes here and 5 minutes there. Just show up. Final thoughts. This whole thing was rough. I don't want to feel that kind of stress again. Ever. But honestly, it led to something good. Something real. Me and Dad were stronger now. We got to dig deeper, say what needed to be said, and decided to do better moving forward. So if you're listening and you've had a rough patch with someone you love, here's your reminder. Real love isn't perfect. It's messy. It fights. But it also heals, it listens, and it keeps showing up. Until next time, call your dad. Apologize when you're wrong, and for that's holy. And for the love of all that's holy, don't bulldoze boundaries. P.S. If you made it through this one without texting your dad I love you or crying into a bowl of cereal, you're stronger than me. Seriously, go get yourself a comfort snack. Something warm, something nostalgic, and maybe the cereal anyway. Ever bulldozed a boundary thinking you were helping, or had a late-night heart-to-heart that healed something big? I want to hear it. I collect emotional growth stories like Pokemon cards, except instead of Charizard's, it's I cried in my dad's truck energy. Sneak peek. Because you listen to the end, you get some insider information. Shh. Every 10th episode, I plan on doing an interview with someone from either of my stories, my life, or volunteers from the chat. And if you want to support the girl who turns family fights into cathartic blog pods, you can toss a little tip to Cash App, $real life blog. Thanks for keeping the chaos alive, one sip at a time.